Hey guys! So this is a question I get a lot, so I'm finally doing a video on how to implement my website kits onto your website step by step. So first we'll go through the Photoshop part, so let's get started. So these are all of my website kits I have right now, so I'm just going to pick one to use as a template today. So I'm going to go with the Purple Haze. So this is what you should see in your folder whenever you unzip your file. These are all of your website elements, and we're going to open up the Photoshop files. And I'm just coming in and I'm clicking Control, and then I'm clicking on all of these so I can just open all of them and click Open. Okay, so all of these are in layered files in Photoshop. So for the ones that are already the text that I want it to be, I'm just going to go ahead and flatten these and then save them. So to do that, I'm going to click on the back file, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to Merge Visibility. And the reason why I hit Merge Visibility and not Flatten is so that this background will stay transparent and not turn white, because if you go to Flatten Image, the background will turn white. So now I'm just going to go up to File, and we're going to go to Save for Web, and I'm going to keep this on the PNG 24, and make sure your quality is bicubic sharpen, because that's going to make it the smallest size for web without losing resolution. So I'm going to click Save. I already have all of these saved as is except for my website titles. So I'm going to show you how to do. On your Layers panel, it's going to have a section that says Add Your Image here. So we're going to click on that. I'm going to go to File and hit Place. Then I'm going to find a background image to go behind my header, which I'm going to do this one. These are my stock images that I took for to sell on Creative Market. Okay, so this is going to be my header, and I'm going to change . Okay, so this is just an example of something I just made up. So you can come in here and change any of this. So what I'm going to do is make this smaller so that it fits well with my background image. So I'm just going to come up to the font size, and I'm going to make this 140, and then I'm going to drag it down to where I want it to be. Click the check mark, and then I think I'm going to put this down here. Okay, so now that I moved this, my galaxy overlay for my text is a little off. So I'm just going to click on that overlay file, and it should give you an outline. If not, make sure you come up here and click on Show Transform Controls, so that way it'll show you where the file is. I'm just going to move that over so it comes into the font. Okay, so that looks good. I'm going to just save this. So I'm just going to go to the back file and right click, hit Merge Visibility, File, Save for Web. Make sure it's on PNG 24. Okay, and then you just hit Save. And then save where you want to save it at. Everything else, I already have JPEGs up, but these are all the same way. You can come in and edit the text, change the color, everything is interchangeable. Okay, so now that we have that saved, we're going to need to come in and compress all of our files that were saved so that they're the right size for internet use and your website doesn't take a really long time to load. Okay, so to do that, you're going to just come into the place where you save the file at, and I'm just going to go ahead and load all of these ones that I've already saved as PNG files. I'm not going to do all of them, I'm just going to do the ones that I'm planning on using in the design. Okay, so once you open all of those, it's going to start downloading, and then it'll tell you when it's finished, like this one's too big, some of them are too large to compress, because this site will only let you go up to 5 MB. So we just won't use those, because I don't feel like going back and resizing them. So how you download these, you can download them all and it will come up in a zip file, which I really don't like to do. I just like them to come up in my downloads folder individually so I can pick and choose which ones I want to use at that time. So how to do that, you just come in here and you click download for each one and it'll start downloading them to your computer. Okay, so for the website, I use WordPress, which is what I recommend for people who are using these templates. You can use Squarespace or Blogger. You can use anything because they're just Photoshop files like I showed you. So you don't have to use WordPress. I just prefer WordPress. I used to use Blogger, and there's nothing wrong with Blogger. I really liked it, but WordPress has a lot more features and things that you can do to customize your website. It does cost money though, and Blogger is free. What I use is the Divi theme for my okay, so whenever you come into your theme, which I need to update mine, this is the Divi theme. This is their logo for that, and you can find the Divi theme on elegantthemes.com. It is, I think, $69 for the year. I can't remember exactly how much it costs because I have the pro version. Yeah, so that's the theme that I recommend. It's really awesome for newbies to WordPress, or even if you're not a newbie. I mean, it can be customized to do anything and everything you ever wanted to do with any theme. I mean, it's just insane how awesome it is. I'm just going to go in here and add a new page so I can show you what it's going to look like. It's going to be on my website, so it'll have my headers and footers, but I'll just show you how to lay out the inside of the page so you get the idea. So when you come up to new page, when you're using the Divi Builder, it's going to ask you to use this. So you always want to go with the Divi Builder, not the default. And then you're going to make your page title, which I'm just going to say sample page. It's going to have all of these sections where you can add different things. So when I come in here and click on this, it's going to ask me basically what layout I want. So it's super easy. It's kind of like a drop and drag system. To me, it's very self-explanatory on most of it. I know if you're not very tech savvy, you're still kind of like, oh my god, I don't want to break my site. Like, this is so confusing. So I'm just going to go through it and show you how to set up what we just created for the website kit. So I mostly use the full width section unless I'm coming in and putting in some buttons or like graphics where I want them to be stacked next to each other. Then I would use something separate. So I'm just going to click on the full width section, and then it's going to look the same whenever you click on that. That's just indicating what size you want. So then I'm going to click on this again, and now it's going to come up with my module sections. So these are all of the modules that you can use in Divi. And there's quite a few. It's very extensive, and they do have tutorial videos on their website just specifically for this theme. There's millions of them because there's so much you can do with this theme. So I would recommend, if you do get Divi, to go to their website, elegantthemes.com, and look at all of the tutorials. So the most often used module is going to be the text module. That's what I use basically for everything, unless there's something specific that I need. Even for the image module, I always use the text module. And the reason for that is if you use the image module, it's going to resize the image for you. And if you use the text module, you can manipulate that and make your image the exact size that you laid it out to be in Photoshop so that it doesn't crop it. So I'm going to click on the text module, and then it's going to pop up with this. Usually the text orientation you can change. I usually like it on center. For the text color, dark is black, light is white. So if you have a dark background, you obviously want to change it to light. It's going to be the exact same color in here when you do that, but it will show up once you click on your website to go look at it. So I'm just going to make some dummy text that's my bio. So I'm going to come in here, click on the center, and then change the paragraph to, let's do 3. So this is just some text I'm just putting in here so that you can get a feel for it looking like a real site. So for the very top, to do the header, I'm going to click on this full width section, and I'm going to insert module, and I'm just going to click on full width image, and then it's going to come up, you enter your URL or upload an image. So we're going to upload this to the site. So I'm just going to come in here and find all of the images, okay, and click open, and then I'm just going to wait for all of those to download. Okay, so I'm going to click on the header image and click set as image, and it should come up with a preview down here. Sometimes it takes a minute to show up. Okay, and then I'm going to scroll down, and it gives you some options in here, and I'm going to make sure the animation is no animation so that it just comes up and it's not sliding in or doing anything funky. So then I'm just going to hit save, and then this section I want to be at the top. So I'm going to click on this, the purple background area. I'm going to click and hold and drag it to the top, and then I'm just going to preview it so you can see what it looks like so far. Okay, so this is all of my stuff for my website, so just, ignore that. Okay, so this is my header, which looks pretty good. It's always going to be on full width because I did a full width image. And then this is my footer, so that's going to automatically come up. So then this is my text that I wrote out. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and add a little one of the little triangle graphics. So to do that, I'm going to click on, since I want it to be above this, but I don't want it to be in the same module because I want it to have a little space between, I'm going to come into the same section and click on insert module. I'm going to go to text and put it on center, click inside the box, and then click on add media. Okay, so then this little bitty triangle comes up right here. I'm going to click save and exit, and then I'm going to move this above that. And then I'm just going to hit preview so I can see what that looks like. Okay, so that's pretty cute. Alright, so we're just going to keep going. So this time I want to do 3 blocks of 3 of my graphics in a row. So to do that, I'm going to go to the blue section and click on add row, and then I'm going to click on the 3 section, and for the first one, or actually for all of them, I'm going to do the text module, and I'm going to put center, add media, and I'm going to use this one. Okay, so to make sure that it's the full size, I'm going to go to edit, and you just check this and just make sure, sometimes it comes up on medium, just make sure it's full size and click update. Okay, and then I'm just going to hit save and exit. And then to make, if you want this same block and you added different text to it, so say we did 3 blocks and you added you change the text out to be, you know, like work with me, about, that kind of stuff. So we're just going to do the same one over and over. So to do that, you just click on this little, the double duplicate button, and then I'm just going to drag them to the other sections. And actually we'll change out the middle one so it's that other. So I'm just going to click on this and delete it, and then add this one. Okay, so I'm going to hit save, and then we're going to preview this. Okay, so now it's going to come up with these blocks underneath, which looks pretty good. So really I'm just kind of playing around and putting things in, you know, everything matches since it's a kit, so really there's no rules or anything of where you put anything on the site because it's all going to go together anyways. Usually to lay out my site before I add anything to the website, I will create a mock-up in Photoshop. So I'll just open up a new file like this, and I'll just start dragging. Oops, I need to flatten this. You just kind of drag everything to the new file. Okay, so, and then I'll just lay out like basically a fake website so that I know the placement of everything. So my menu is going to be up here, so I'm going to leave that like a little white space. Let's say I want to add a little text area right here. So basically what I do is just kind of play around with the layout, and I make it look just like the website. And then once you have that done, it's a lot easier to come into the site and just drag and drop and follow your guideline. So you know exactly where everything needs to go, so it's really fast and you're not just kind of all willy-nilly about it. I'll just add another row. We'll do full width this time. Obviously I'm going to do text. I'm going to do center, add media, and just do this one. So I'm going to change the orientation of this so that I can put text next to it. So I'm going to do the little button right here, and then I'm just going to add text, and I'm going to keep this one to the left. Okay. And I'll go to preview. Okay, so that would be how to do something where there's two things on a line. You know, if you want someone to click to sign up, and then you have like your little text over here. So I mean, it's pretty easy to lay out when you have Divi. There's not a lot of hard, like, you know, you don't have to know CSS or any HTML stuff. So this is really great for beginners that are not really tech savvy. So once you get all that done and you're ready to publish the page, you're gonna go right here and hit publish. If you don't hit publish, it's not gonna save. So you have to make sure you hit that, which is the same with every WordPress page. Mine is not, it's not saved in my menu. So I'm just gonna go hit Control and click on this so that I can open it in a new tab so I can see the page as is. So that's it. It's really simple. Hopefully that helped you guys out, and thanks for watching.